So this is how I tend to do most of my development. I have my iPad, my phone connected up for a hotspot. Mac, just a bit of progress so far. So this is just kind of what I'm at the moment. So I'm using Blender to create the 3D models, then animating through Blender and exporting as what's called a .dae file. So that's something that Xcode can use to display the object. So it's fine if I'm just want to display the 3D object, but actually pulling actions, which are like kind of little animation sets out of it, is proven to be more difficult than I thought. There isn't much documentation. They're very unclear as to how the pipeline of animation and 3D modeling is supposed to work in SceneKit. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. So we're in the office today and we're still working on the animation problem, but I think I have a bit of a breakthrough. So here is Blender. This is what we're trying to get into the app basically. So if you see a little bit of arm movement is literally all I'm trying to get. So then when we open up Xcode, here's our little guy inside in there, and you can see that the animation is now running within Xcode. Now the next thing to do is to actually run it in the app, so that's what I'm going to be working on for the rest of the day. Hopefully by the end of today I will have the object in augmented reality and then actually animating, which would be a good next step. Hello. So it's been a couple of days since we checked in. I think last time we talked I was just thinking that I had solved the problem with the animations using SceneKit and the .dae file format. I was stuck on that for another couple of days until finally I went and talked to some lecturers inside of my college, because it wasn't working. I think the software is too new and everything is just too new that everything isn't ironed out yet. There doesn't seem to be a definite pipeline for animations yet, using only SceneKit itself and ARKit. I talked to him and he said, look, use Unity. It should come together fairly easily. It's not really the way I wanted to go, but I tried it out and I got animations working pretty much within the day. So there was a bit of wasted time there on the SceneKit stuff, but I mean I learned some stuff and I definitely got to do some extra 3D modeling, so that's not too bad. So I'm working on Unity now. We have animations working, which is absolutely beautiful. I'll show you that now in a few minutes. I'm now working on the choose your own adventure text story part of it, getting that all up and running and working. Yeah, there's some good plugins for Unity that seem to be kind of throwing everything together fairly easy for me. So hopefully within the next day or so we'll have Choose Your Own Adventure firing the animations. Then at that point I need to talk to our story writer to really sit down and iron out the content, because I need to make up all these 3D models that we need to make. So that'll be the next step after that. So I can show you what we're working on now in 2 seconds. So where is he? 1 second now. Oh, he's above us. You can't see anything. So here's our little guy. And if you see here, I have a little play animation button there. That's what it says. So if I click that, woohoo, he waves. He then crashes straight away afterwards and doesn't do it again, but he's working, so that's the main thing.